Hello guys, welcome back to the channel Mathematics JEE.
Welcome to this discussion video guys where we are going to discuss a question that I derived from JEE 2003 subjective PYQ. So we are discussing this problem that is derived from that subjective question that was originally asked in JEE, or we should say that IIT JEE 2003, right? Because that time there was no JEE main or JEE advanced. It was of two parts, screening part as well as the mains part. Okay, so this was asked in the mains paper or the subjective paper. From that question, I have derived this problem. I have provided the original question in the description below. You can check out that question and solve that after you solve this problem. Okay, so let's talk about this problem. What does this question say? Let for a, b, c belongs to the set of complex numbers. Okay, so a, b, c are the complex numbers. Okay, m equal to this matrix. Okay, so we can see that M is a symmetric matrix, right? This is the principal diagonal of this M matrix, and we have the elements here symmetry. Okay, if ABC equal to 1, A plus B plus C is real and positive. Okay, so their sum is real and positive, and M transpose equal to I, then which of the following statements holds good? Okay, so we are given this information, right, about M. So we can say it is basically given M square equal to I, because M transpose equal to M, right? M is symmetric matrix. So we can say M square equal to I. From there we get some information about this A, B and C, right? And other informations given to us are this product of them is a 1 and some of them is real as well as positive. Okay, then we are asked to find whether at least two of them have non-zero imaginary part or not, and whether the value of a cube plus b cube plus c cube is this or not, whether M is an idempotent matrix or not, whether the sum of diagonal entries of M to the power 2026 is 3 or not. First, we have to use this piece of information to find some informations about this A, B and C. Okay, so let us calculate M square. So M square will be ABC, BCA, CAB times ABC, BCA, CAB. Okay, so if we multiply these two matrices, we will get A square plus B square plus C square here. Then it will be AB plus BC plus CA, right? Then we get AC plus, this will be AB plus BC, right? Similarly here we will get AB, then we will get BC plus CA. Then we get A square plus B square plus C square, right? And same element will be here, same as this. Okay, AC plus AB plus BC, or we can say AB plus BC plus CA, right? This element occurs on the non-diagonal positions. That means AB plus BC plus CA. Here also AB plus BC plus CA. And here it will be A square plus B square plus C square. Okay, so this is our M square. So we can say that this is equal to I, right? So if we compare them, we can say this A square plus B square plus C square should be equal to 1, right? Because these diagonal elements will all have to be equal to 1 if this matrix is equal to an identity matrix, and also these elements here should be equal to 0, right? AB plus BC plus CA should be equal to 0. Then we have to comment whether this two among this A, B, C are having some non-zero imaginary part or not. Okay, so how to determine this? So let us list the informations that are given to us, okay, that we found using the information M square equal to I, or the information that was already given to us in the problem. Okay, let us write them one by one. So we found A square plus B square plus C square is equal to 1, AB plus BC plus CA equal to 0, and ABC equal to 1, right? So we found this information here and this was given. Now what we have to find? A plus B plus C is our primary target, right? Because A plus B plus C is real and positive, it is given. So let us find this. So A plus B plus C, this whole square we can find easily, right? Using this informations, it is equal to summation A square plus 2 times summation AB, right? because this is equal to a square plus b square plus c square plus 2 times ab plus bc plus ca, right? So summation a square is equal to 1, right? 1 plus 2 times this will be 0, right? So a plus b plus c whole square is equal to 1, right? Now we are given that a plus b plus c is real as well as positive, okay? So we should have a plus b plus c equal to 1. Now how to comment on this statement, okay? At least 2 among a, b, c must have non-zero imaginary part or not. For this we can have a different approach, okay? If we look into the information that we already have, we can see that we know the sum of these three numbers, right? Then we have the product of the three numbers known. Then also we know the sum of the numbers taken two at a time, sum of products of the number taken two at a time, right? So this is equal to summation ab, so this is already known. Summation ab is known, right? Then summation a is known and product of a is known, right? These three quantities are known. Now the thing is, we can assume this a, b, c are the roots of some cubic equation, okay? For example, we can take the cubic x cube minus summation a times x square plus summation ab times x minus product of a equal to 0. The roots of this equation will be simply a, b and c, right? We all know this by the theory of equations. So let us find this cubic. We have x cube minus summation a is what? Summation is 1, right? Plus summation ab is what? Summation ab is 0. So this term is 0. That means we don't have to write this. Minus product of a. Product of a is what? Product of a is 1, right? Minus 1 equal to 0. Okay. So this is our cubic equation whose roots, we can say the roots are a, b and c, okay? So we have to just check the nature of the roots of this cubic polynomial, that's it. From there we can comment whether we have three roots real or we have two roots imaginary and the other real, okay? Because this is a cubic equation whose coefficients are real number, okay? That means if complex roots occur, they have to occur in conjugate pairs, right? So let us find this. So if we check the nature of this function x cube minus x square minus 1, let's just call this fx, okay? So f dash x is equal to 3x square minus 2x, right? So this, if we plot the graph of the function, so this is the derivative. That means critical points are x equal to 0 and x equal to 2 by 3, right? So if we plot the wavy curve, plus minus and plus, this will be 2 by 3 0. Here the function increases, decreases and then again increases, right? So if we check the value of f at x equal to 0, f of 0 will be equal to minus 1, right? And f of 2 by 3, if we calculate this, it will be f of 2 by 3. Let us calculate this. So f of 2 by 3 is 8 by 27 minus 4 by 9 minus 1, right? So this will be minus 4 by 27 minus 1. So this is basically negative, right? That means here it is local maxima, it is local minima. So we have the graph something like this, right? So there is exactly one real root of this cubic function, right? So we can say the other two roots of this cubic equation are complex numbers. That means they have to have non-zero imaginary parts, right? So option A is correct. At least 2 among A, B, C must have non-zero imaginary part, okay? Now let us check the other options. Option B is saying the value of a cube plus b cube plus c cube is 2, okay? So a cube plus b cube plus c cube, this value we have to find, right? So we already know this popular algebraic identity, right? A cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc, this is equal to a plus b plus c times a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca, right? So these values are already known to us. this ABC is equal to 1, this A plus B plus C equal to 1, right? A square plus B square plus C squared is equal to 1, and then we have this equal to 0, right? So if we try to find this A cube plus B cube plus C cube, this will be, uh, if we calculate 3 plus 1, right? So 4. So we have this value equal to 4. That means option B is wrong, right? This should be 4. Then let us check option C. M is an idempotent matrix. Okay. Now what is an idempotent matrix, right? Idempotent matrix is basically M square equal to M. This condition must hold true for an idempotent matrix. That means we can say if M square equal to M, M cube will be equal to M square times M, right? So this will be again M square. Basically M square equal to M. So this will be M times M. So M square, and M square is again M. So if M is an idempotent matrix, that means we have M to the power n equal to M for all n greater than equal to 1, right? This is the definition of idempotent matrix. But in the question, we are given this information, right? M square equal to I. That means M cube will be M, right? And then M to the power 4 will be equal to M square, that is again equal to I. So this M to the power n is not equal to M for all n greater than equal to 1. That definition is not satisfied. That means M is not an idempotent matrix. So option C will be clearly wrong. Now let us check option D. Sum of diagonal entries of M to the power 2026 is equal to 3. Okay. So if we observe the pattern of M to the power n, okay, let us list this pattern here. We saw that M square equal to I, right? So we have M cube equal to M, right? Then M to the power 4, if we calculate, it will be M square, but we already know that M square equal to I, so this will be equal to I, right? So if you continuously multiply with M both the sides, you get this pattern. M to the power n equal to, this will be M itself if n is odd, okay, and this is equal to identity matrix if n is even. So this is the higher power of this M, right? So let's check for n equal to 2026. 2026 is an even number, right? So this definition will work. If n is even, m to the power 2026 will be I, right? So we have m to the power 2026 equal to I. So we can say the trace of the matrix m to the power 2026, which is the sum of principal diagonal entries of this matrix, it is equal to trace of I, right? So trace of m to the power 2026 will be equal to trace of I, which is equal to, we all know, this is equal to 3. So option D will be definitely correct. So option A and D will be our correct options in this case, right? Do let me know in the comments how was this problem, how was the idea behind the problem, and please like and share this video with your friends and fellow aspirants. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel for more derived problems like this.